Hello everyone, welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Monday, January 22, spoilers for Days of Our Lives show that John Black almost attacked Marlena Evans when she woke him up on the couch. John sent Marlena out to work, downplaying his problems even though he hadn't been getting much sleep. Steve Johnson attempted to persuade Maggie Kyriakis outside the bar that Konstantin Milianis was exploiting her. But she had already dismissed warnings about Victor Kyriakis and was not going to listen to him now. Maggie did, however, discreetly suggest to Konstantin that, given all the doubters, Salem might not be the greatest place for him. Maggie reassured Konstantin that it wasn't true that she wanted him to go, which hurt him. For Konstantin, who said he had grown to love this town and wasn't ready to leave it behind, that was welcome news. During the Monday's Days episode, Steve discovered John in a tough state in the townhouse and convinced him to confess to having nightmares. After claiming he couldn't recall them, John stunned Steve with a Konstantin-related idea. John contended that if they pushed too hard, they would only offer Konstantin opportunity to play the victim, even if Steve didn't like the concept of backing off. John said they could give Konstantin enough rope to hang himself if they backed off a little. When John was alone himself once more, he appeared thoughtful, as though he was struggling with something he wasn't yet ready to share with Steve or Marlena. Following her discovery by Alex Kyriakis, Theresa Donovan frantically attempted to justify her kiss with Brady Black on Monday's Duel episode. Theresa apologized passionately and took full responsibility for her hasty kissing of Brady, which first infuriated Alex. Theresa told Alex that he was the only person she wanted after acting as though the drugs were the reason it happened. Brady gave Theresa some encouragement and vowed not to tell Tate Black about her slip, but Theresa continued to beat herself up for being so weak. Maggie followed Brady inside the tavern when he had made his way there. Brady was appreciative when Maggie promised to get in touch with her after learning that Alex had told her about Theresa's mistake. Brady thought about having Theresa move into the townhouse so he could monitor her, but Maggie thought that was a bad idea that would jeopardize Brady's recovery. On Monday's episode of Days, Theresa returned and apologized to Alex once more, requesting to know that he still trusted her. Theresa proposed that perhaps Alex should return to California and get herself straightened out until she could see Tate again, because she still seemed worried about Brady and Theresa's unresolved feelings. Looking at an old card with a design on it, Konstantin commented about how he never believed he'd see the pawn again in his room. All right, Konstantin thought to himself. After his breakup with Steve on Monday's episode of Days, he pondered whether Konstantin's hint may actually come to pass while sitting in the pub. Eric Brady told Marlena that it was a one-time thing and apologized for Sloane Peterson Brady's inebriated actions when she saw him pushing Jude Brady in his stroller. Eric was asked about his photography company by Marlena, who reassured him that everything was ok and had already secured a few gigs. With the new baby, Christmas was a little tight, so Eric was happy to have the extra money. At Statesville, Clyde Weston played off Harris Michaels' involvement in the drug trade by acting like a reformed prisoner. Clyde also discussed potential scenarios in which he would wish to hire someone like Harris and hinted at Lucas Horton's attack. Eventually, though, Clyde implied that Harris wouldn't pass the screening and ordered him to direct his attention elsewhere. Harris pretended to be a man with nothing to lose, but Clyde surmised that perhaps Harris had a particular someone in mind. If that precious someone was harmed, Harris would take full responsibility. Harris forewarned that Clyde would do the last thing he did if he hurt anybody he loved. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Clyde might have a few more tricks up his sleeve. Follow along for updates on all the mayhem. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Sloane Peterson Brady is drinking significantly more than she usually does. Jude Brady, who is actually the child of Nicole Walker DeMira, was adopted by Sloane and Eric Brady. Nicole's life keeps falling apart, and Sloane's guilt drives her to drink more frequently. Sloane will eventually have an inebriated car accident. Could Sloane admit something, then go back and seek an arrangement with E.J. Demira? Sloane Peterson drinking Brady. According to Do Oil spoilers, Sloane has always been a drinker. Even though Sloane's party days are gone, she continues to use alcohol. Nichols' suggestion of a glass of wine before to the dinner gathering appears to have contributed to Sloane's increased alcohol consumption. Nichols advised to Sloane to have a glass, not to down the entire bottle. Naturally, the dinner party was a complete bust. Still, this might just be the start of Sloane's new narrative arc. Sloane is probably staying on the show. Sloane will therefore need to be saved in some way. The baby story will likely continue for a few more months till then. DOL spoilers. Fear of Eric Brady. With a newly adopted baby living in the home, Sloane's drinking is a concern. Jude already has trouble falling asleep. Eric is therefore not too happy that Sloane's inebriated antics roused the sleeping baby. Additionally, Eric feels ashamed that Sloane had the opportunity to finally impress John Black and Marlena Evans. Sloane will be discussed by Eric and Marlena during the week of January 22. Eric's best friend Daniel Jonas passed away as a result of his drinking. It also resulted in Eric's incarceration. Some of these worries Eric may have about Sloane are possible. Eric will be worried about Jude's security and welfare as well. A drunken driver's accident. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Sloane will keep going downhill, which means she'll drink more. When Eric tells Sloane that Leo Stark is coming over, she will go completely crazy. Sloane realizes she has to come clean because she simply can't take much more. On the other hand, Sloane also fears going to prison. What if Eric's worry is realized? What happens if Sloane continues to drink and drive in spite of Eric and Marlena's worries? Sloane might be involved in an automobile accident, and while she is likely to live, she will have to deal with the fallout. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. What is E.J. Demira up to? It's strange that they haven't run into them more frequently given that Sloane is an attorney and E.J. is the district attorney. Sloane will understand that striking a deal is her best option. Sloane is also aware that Jude's biological father isn't E.J. With the evidence to support her claim, Sloane might be able to convince E.J. that Nichols' kid is still alive. But before Sloane divulges any more information, she will need a written agreement. Even if E.J. didn't trust Sloane, he may if she could provide proof. E.J. will be desperate. But would E.J. be honest with his wife if he finds out that Eric is the biological father of Nichols' child? Eric Cole is already causing E.J. anxiety. Nicole may suffer greatly, but E.J. may carry the secret to his grave. Days in the Life spoilers. In the act, Alex spots Brady and Theresa. The most recent edition of Soap Opera Digest claims that Alex is witnessing his own worst nightmare come true. That was the one item on which he was most concerned. In an interview with the publication, actor Robert Scott Wilson, who plays Alex in the popular Peacock soap opera, states as follows. He knew that Theresa and Brady still had feelings for one another, that Brady wasn't being completely honest about it, and that Theresa wasn't being completely honest about it. They always claimed that their connection was due to the fact that they have a child together. But I believe Alex was aware of this. It all comes together in a very bad way when he witnesses them kissing. It feels like a little nightmare to watch it come true. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Theresa tries to give Alex her side of the story after Brady leaves. But her justifications aren't very convincing. She assures him the kiss was fleeting and unimportant. Aristo writes, but Alex doesn't fully trust her. As if that weren't enough, Theresa says she believes it's time for her to move out as things between her and Alex aren't progressing in the correct way. Days in the Life spoilers. Will Alex and Theresa split up? Alex is invested in this relationship, and he's going to fight for it, says the preview for Aristo. He's not the type to give up easily. His goal is to attempt to make it work. Alternatively, Perhaps it's simply his ego saying, "Yeah, that kiss really did mean nothing, and I'm going to make sure Brady knows that." He therefore defends it to himself. Fans of Days of Our Lives will, of course, have to tune in every day to see what happens next. Duel is available to stream on Peacock. What are your thoughts on this story, please? Please share your opinions with us in the space provided below for comments. Watch this area as well since we feel like there will be a ton more juicy drama in store. Remember to check back here for all the most recent rumors and information regarding your favorite reality TV personalities, Hollywood actors, and British royals. We have everything covered. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.